it's on. Okay.
Oh. In the screen. Oh, crikey.
Oh, those, the biggest screen, it just looks so old.
Done. Good news for you, though. We are old.
Oh, we're on. I think we're live.
Are we on still? Are we on?
Hold on.
We're just checking. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Say hi if
Checking
someone's
sound.
watching.
Checking sound. Checking sound, Storm.
It says
Are we
live on
good?
there. Yeah.
Looking good, are we? All systems go. Hold. Hold.
It's live and we're catching up.
Hold. Hold.
Oh, puppy tits. Oh.
Lucky you didn't swear then, Storm. No, you're pressing lots of buttons. I wouldn't know what to do.
It's the thing though, when you're live, you can't sort of cut. You can't cut
Well,
back
I've
and
got
say.
news for you, the pros can, but we're not pros. We just
No, I don't
punch it
think.
back
If
out.
you're live, people are watching it, and that's it. Like you're there,
Yeah.
and you sit around waiting, and
That's right. Yeah, there's no cutting and pasting.
there's no cutting and pasting.
No, that's right. No.
Good afternoon.
I tell you what, we could go a bit of photoshopping though.
That'd be excellent. Let's get some filters on this so
reckon-
that we look 20. That'd be
reckon one-
wonderful.
I reckon
We've got
one-
some people joining us today. That's exciting. Everyone must be relaxing after a beautiful day
Absolutely.
out. What a gorgeous day it was here in Australia.
Yes.
Say hi. Where are you coming from? This is our Sunday Live. We do this every Sunday. This is Rick. I'm Shani. We're married. We run the company called Havenwood Tiny Homes. Every week we get lots of questions. We answer them here, and we hope that whilst we're doing that, you put some comments up on the screen, and we'll get to them as well.
Yes. If you've got any more questions, make sure you bung them up on the screen.
That's it.
We'll answer those as well.
So next week is our last live for the year.
For the year.
Next weekend. It's our last live. And I thought we might do something a bit different.
Oh, here we go.
We might be like ask any question, not just a tiny house question, like ask the questions of Rick that you've always wanted to know. So let's do that next weekend. So any questions, just send them through during the week and
But
we'll have them ready
we've got to keep
for
it
next
G.
weekend.
Keep it G,
Oh
though.
no, it's just all bets are off. Ask whatever you want. Whatever you want next weekend. So how's your day? Did you have a good day? We had a great day. Got some paving finished. We're one step closer to our nephew's wedding and Christmas and everything else. So
And if my eyes look red, it's because I've been gurning for about the last 3 or 4 hours.
But it
and
looks terrific.
Got lots of sand in my eyeballs. Of course, I had all the protective gear on. That'll be my cowboy hat. That'll be about it.
That's it.
Get the dirt out of my eyes. Because dirt flew in there and won't land on top of my hat, so it protected my eyes.
Oh, yeah, I can see. I can see it up there. All right, well, we should just get straight into some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Cracking up.
Yeah, but make sure you throw some comments there so we can have a chat to you while we're answering your questions from last time. So, question number 1. I love the layout of the Charlo. That's our new model, but I don't need the lofts. Can you do it just as a single level?
For sure. I reckon it's one of those models. Once again, all credit goes to Joe from down in Victoria, who conceived the idea and put it through to us. We made it work, made sure the proportion was right. So I'm really stoked with this model, and it's one of those ones that I think we need to build a specky as a single level Charlo specky dar. But I reckon we punch it out to about 9.2, 10.2.
Really? Why?
Oh, absolutely, just because we can. And just to show people what we can actually get up to, you know. So,
Right.
But I love the layout. I reckon it just works, especially for that single level. Getting lots of calls from elderly generation who don't want to walk upstairs, so they need that single level. They need the master bedroom downstairs. So with that Charlo model, it just works. I love it. And we can actually, if going longer, we can actually bung 2 bedrooms downstairs. So you can actually have 2 bedrooms. And all on the one floor, so that's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. Or you could have 1 bedroom and a I don't know, a dressing room or a studio, office, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Whoa, what was that? Okay, next question: is there any other flooring selection than vinyl planks?
Well, we sort of looked into it early in the piece. We did sheet vinyl, vinyl sheeting. I wasn't fussed with it. It looked a bit cheap. I mean, it has a nice colour schemes and that in it. But we are doing we're doing now. We've got a specky coming through. Okay, we're actually putting carpet upstairs in the lounge area and in the master bedroom. Okay, we've still got a vinyl plank flooring in the bathroom and the kitchen area, but we're bunging in some plush pile carpet. Ooh, plush, that sounds flat.
Is it plush?
Plush pile. Well, it sounds really flush. And I tell you what, it's going to look flash. I'm starting to get excited about this one.
It is. It's
carpet goes in on
this
Friday.
This is the one that we're going to actually totally furnish and offer furnished.
Yeah.
So,
well, I actually had to call Mick from Choices Flooring Ferrymeadow back into the team because we've been doing all of our own flooring with the vinyl planks with the carpenters and stuff. And of course, now we're going with plush pile carpet. And probably another reason we're looking at doing the plush pile carpet, because this specky model that's coming through, it's got the slim line, I think it's a Lysark cladding on the outside, and it's twice as thick as standard Colorbond, which means it's heavier.
Yes.
So I've got to save some weight. Okay, so obviously vinyl plank flooring, it adds about 350 kilos to an 8.2 metre home, or our 8.2 metre homes, because they're 3 metres wide. Okay, so 350 kilos in just the flooring. So because we're just going to do the kitchen and the bathroom, carpet, as you know, weighs not very much. So we're able to put the carpet in. It's an 8.2 long home, but by bunging the carpet in, it's going to help counteract the fact that we've got heavier cladding on the outside of the home. So so we should be able to still bring it in.
We'll give it a crack. Anyway.
Well, mate, we're going to give it a crack. I'll tell you after weighbridges come through, darling. We'll see how we go. Otherwise, we might have to rip a bit of kitchen out. Actually, on this one here, there's not quite as much as bigger kitchens as we normally do, but you don't need to with this model. I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait to launch this one. It's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, it's exciting. Next question. I'm finding my battery storage, this is for solar, is not lasting the night. Can we upgrade our batteries?
Oh, that's okay. That question's come from a client that's actually got 2 tiny houses running off at one solar package.
Right.
So, so it's really sort of pushing the boundaries. My original concept design on our solar package was to service just one tiny home. Okay, so one fridge radiator overnight, low voltage lights, But of course, as soon as you start you smash 2 tiny houses together, running off the one solar package, it's going to be light on. So from there, you need to upgrade. Good news is, hey, have we talked about the showroom the slab getting poured?
No, we haven't done that yet. Well, I thought we'd get to that in a minute.
Oh, right. Oh,
way
okay.
ahead of me.
Anyway, long story short, so what we're doing, obviously, if with the one solar package, so the inverter, can handle the 2 homes, more solar panels, more battery storage, no problem. We've got a great size, a 5 kilowatt inverter that can handle the extra battery storage. So we're bringing in 4 lithium batteries is going to do the job. So we're actually, that client, we're actually upgrading his batteries. We're doing a swap on his batteries. We're going to take the dry cell batteries back, and we're going to upgrade him to lithium batteries, which is going to go from 2 volts overnight to 7. Yeah. So it's just going to nearly 3 times.
So that's our clients that are a father and daughter, and they live together with 2 tiny houses, and they've been working off of one.
I think Bryce doing a
living big in a tiny house. They'll be
doing a spiel up there
in November, I think. They're filming,
and it's going to look great too.
Yeah, it'll be really good. Yeah, good to see. Yeah.
And I think it's because it's a different concept. Like it's father and daughter. Usually it might be a single mum with the kids and stuff, but this is a father and daughter living together, 2 separate homes. Yes. On the one property. Yeah. And piggybacking off and capitalising on the one solar package and all that sort of stuff.
And the water, sharing water, catching water, all that sort of stuff. Actually, that's a question I had, because I've been looking through social media lately, and I'm struggling to see, and if anyone's watching that's had a tiny home built by someone else, where's the gutters? I haven't been able to find many that actually have gutters all the way around. Do they put them on afterwards, or ours come with gutters all the way around, and we even do some that we have an extra that you can pay to have the piping through to be pre-done for your tank. But I've never seen it anywhere else, and I'd like to know if do you get guttering with your home if you're with somebody else?
I think with because most of the other tiny home builders around Australia are working on the principle of 2.4 wide.
Yep.
Obviously, they want to maximise the floor space, which makes a
Right.
lot of sense.
Yep.
So maximum is like 2.5 overall.
Yep.
So, of course, if you're going to go 2.5 overall, so you're getting all the ground floor or the floor space inside.
Yeah.
And if you've got a pitched roof,
Yes.
if you bung the gutters on the outside, you're actually over width.
over the
and
width.
you're going to get smashed on the road because you're over width. You can't do that.
Okay,
So
do they put them on afterwards then?
yeah, that's one
that?
concept. They can actually put them on afterwards, or I have seen one with slimline gutters, like a real custom slimline gutter. But I think the trouble with that is you're going to have trouble with leaves getting caught up and stuff.
Okay.
So, of course, if you have a flat roof and it's going to one end,
Yep.
then you only need a gutter one end. With our flat roofs, we actually put a gutter each end so the water can go
Yes,
either
Belinda
way.
said she's actually asked that question. This is great. Like, ask that question of other builders.
Yep.
And some of them had said that they just put it on after delivery. But then if you're going to move it, you'd have to take the guttering off again, wouldn't you? Yeah. Okay.
So it'd be a bit of a pain, but
Yeah,
I guess the
that's
luxury
interesting to know.
that we have, because we've got a maximum width we can go to is 3.5 metres wide. So our homes are actually 3 metres wide. So we've actually got an extra 500 millimetres to allow for gutters and decks and awnings and all that sort of stuff. So we come under the category of an oversized load. So as long as we stay under 3.5 metres,
Yep.
so we can bung the big 150 mil half round gutters on either side. And the reason I use half round gutters is, because what it helps with the self cleaning with the half round. So picture like the shape like this. You've only got a small section on the bottom that actually is going to where the water travels. Okay, and so it's going to dry out quicker. So if leaves and stuff like that, sometimes it actually with the wind it'll actually self clean and blow the leaves out.
Okay.
Whereas if you go for like a quad gutter or a slimline gutter, the leaves can't get away.
Right.
So a couple of things we've done, we've actually put external gutter brackets, so there's nothing on the inside of the gutter to trap
stop it.
leaves.
Yes, yeah.
So you want the leaves and whatever's catchment out of the grime and stuff out of the air,
Yep.
you want it to flow through so it doesn't start clogging up and,
yeah.
and building up with grime and stuff in the actual gutter itself.
Yeah.
So we put external gutter brackets on,
Okay.
so it keeps the internal of the gutters all streamlined. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's nothing to catch
Supposed to
leaves
be
and
a
stuff.
tiny house would be just the same as a house. You've got to get up there and make sure your gutters are cleaned out, especially
All
if you're in a
tiny homes.
bushy area.
Ours, everyone's
Yes.
tiny houses.
You've got to clean your gutters
that
out.
doesn't just live by itself. You've
No,
still got to
still
maintain your
maintenance,
home.
yes,
It's like
exactly.
If it's got painting on the outside, you've got to maintain the paint or deck and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Okay. Next question. I'll be placing my tiny in a high wind area. How can I secure it down?
oh, well, we've just about, we've actually now, we're actually going to be stocking in our, obviously, showroom that's about to open next year, all our earth anchors, okay? So whether you buy a tiny home from us or another company, if you want to secure your tiny home into the ground because it's a high wind area, we'll have the gear, okay? Earth anchors, unbelievable. We can use a local tradesman to actually install the anchors, or we can install them ourselves on delivery. So it's just something we just see it as a necessity, I think.
Yeah.
Something that I think because a lot of tiny homes are going into high wind areas. They're going into these exclusive little top of mountains, maximise the views.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to anchor these in the ground. So initially I was doing the concrete pads in the ground, but there's lots of trades involved.
They're still great.
They do the job.
Absolutely.
But with the earth
With the
anchors,
chain,
it's a one-hit wonder. Like it's just it's actually installed with a jackhammer, a big 35-pound jackhammer. Install these earth anchors in the ground. We've even got a jack that pressure tests the actual each earth anchor that we install.
Yep.
So we've got the uplift capacity and so we can actually, whether we use it for our own tiny homes or
it's
someone
another
else's
option.
It's
I mean,
another option.
the pads are still good because that's something that anyone can do.
Yes.
And it's probably a little bit cheaper, I think. From looking at the price of the earth anchors, it's probably a bit cheaper to do the concrete pads with the chain.
Oh, if you're going to pour a slab, okay, if you're going to pour a slab, we're going to put your tiny home.
Yeah.
Obviously, then you can anchor into the slab. That's by far the cheapest option.
Right.
Because you're already going to pour the slab anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well anchor it into the
the
slab.
holes with...
But if you're going out in the middle of the bush somewhere and you're going on to someone else's farm, the beauty of the earth anchors is they actually penetrate 1.2 metres underground.
Right.
Okay, so when you leave,
Yep.
just undo the D shackles, bury the chain, you're out of there, nothing gone. There's nothing to see.
So you don't pull them out again?
No, they're gone, mate.
That's
Walk
it.
away,
Oh.
walk away, bury them, gone.
Okay.
Just like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So we're
Well,
putting them in.
no, they're
Yeah.
earth anchors. You're not going to get them out of the ground.
Oh, I thought, yeah. You pull an anchor up in a boat.
Not
like,
these
to
puppies, man.
move,
You
so-
got a 3 ton uplift
soil.
capacity.
Wow.
You're lifting, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
you're not getting
so
them out
someone
of
else will just park there.
Yeah,
and use
someone
them
else
to
can park
save-
there and use them.
Yeah. Okay. So when we put them in for the client that's bought them, that
Yeah.
we're going to put them in soon, we'll film that. So
Yeah.
that we've got something ready
Yeah.
for other people to see.
Yeah.
Because it's a new product for us too.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's another thing that we can offer for you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Do I need council permission to put a tiny in my backyard?
Okay, all tiny homes, okay, are classified. Well, I'm assuming most tiny homes are classified as caravans. Okay, they might not necessarily meet all the caravan specs, but at the end of the day, they're on wheels. The definition of a caravan is a relocatable home on a registerable trailer. So, if your tiny, whether it be from us or somebody else, is actually on a registerable trailer, it actually meets the criteria. New South Wales government says you can have one caravan on a residential lot and 2 on a rural property. And I'm assuming that's the same around Australia. I haven't done the homework. I went
Yeah,
to
but
visit.
that's what we say. Always check.
Always
check
check
with
your
your
local
local
government.
council.
Yeah.
Talk.
But
the
long
lingo
story
is
short,
caravan.
because they're classed as caravans,
Yeah.
okay, you don't need council permission. Although some councils,
Yes.
actually, where was that one down south?
So
That
we
one-
won't name
Oh,
names. Not going to name names.
no, the
But-
suburb.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
So there, you still got to check with your
Some
council.
councils are absolutely just, man.
So apparently Victoria's not very good.
Yeah.
We've had a few people saying
Yeah.
it's really, really hard. So,
these guys take their job way too
so we
seriously.
just really, we need to
They need
form
to
this.
loosen
We
up a
need to
bit,
form a
man.
group and start to really, get going on
Yeah.
like housing crisis, affordability. People want to do this. They want a change. They don't want
Yeah.
the $1 million mortgage. So
Yeah.
we
I
just
can
need a
remember chatting to
grassroots movement
a
going
very.
forward.
I can remember chatting to a very high up politician, and as soon as you mentioned tiny house, they're thinking like trailer trash. It's like, man, I've got news for you, bro. And I actually put him in his place. I said, bro, I've got people coming in with cash dollars, man, just bam. I don't want to spend $1 million on a house because you know what? Everything's overinflated.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I just want to buy a tiny house. I want to live like a king on someone else's property for a couple $100 a week.
That's
Happy
it.
days.
Exactly. Can you upgrade your homes to meet council BEL rating for fire?
Yeah. Okay, the BEL rating is a fire rating. Okay, you'll actually find this if you're trying to get a home approved in a fire area. Okay, a BEL rating just tells you all the stuff you've got to do, which you've actually got to have pre-done for your DA in the first place. What you're going to do to your home to actually meet this BEL rate. Actually, I don't even know what the word BEL means. BAL. Where's fire in that? BAL. What's that?
Yeah. So if you're living in a caravan in a fire area, you still need to meet the rating for fire-prone areas as a home would. So that might mean fire skirts around the bottom of your caravan.
So
It
what?
might
Yeah. So
mean
there's things that you've
different
got.
screens.
You've got the gutter
There's
guards.
gutter guards.
Fly screens have got to be stainless steel.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, the skirts around the bottom of the home so the
Yeah.
embers don't come
Don't
up
come in.
underneath.
Yep.
So lots of
There's
stuff.
things to do with the piping as well. There's quite a bit of stuff. So if you're in a fire area and you're going to live there in your tiny home, you'll probably need to have some of that stuff done. So, hi guys, interested in the Charlo model 2-bedroom only. Your site price is for 3 beds, roughly a price of 2 beds. We might send you a message, Michelle, during the week because that's a bit hard to do now. I can't read the rest of that question. So
Yeah, we've got a client that's actually, I can't mention the suburb and stuff, but down south of South Australia, whatever that is. Is it overseas?
what are you talking about?
What are we doing? So let me get this right. An 11.2 metre tiny home, okay?
Okay.
2-bedroom,
Yep.
single level,
Yep.
okay, not 2-story, no lofts, just all single level, 2-bedroom, 11.2 metre model, 3 metres wide, Charlo, 2-bedroom. Wow.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Ooh, I'll
That'll
tell you
be
what,
interesting. And it's a long way to go.
it's a long way to go.
Bushfire attack level. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you.
Bushfire attack, that's all
There
right.
you go.
That's good.
Bushfire attack
Hey,
level.
I've just learned something today.
There you go. Thank you very much, Lucy. Google's the best. The Google. Okay. What's the longest you can go? Well, I think you just said with your tiny house. So 11.2.
But yeah, the reason 11.2 is because
And that's only single level.
Yeah, this is not because of us or anyone else. It actually, the RMS actually says it's all to do with towing a trailer. Okay, you can't tow anything longer than 12.5 metres. So that's from the back of the trailer to the front of the tow hitch. So your hitch is we're about 1.4 metres for the actual hitch itself.
Yep.
That the hitch is a part that's actually connects to your car. It's in front of the tiny home. So if you've got about 1.4, which means you've got about 11 metres odd for the actual body of the tiny home. Okay. So it's not necessarily determined by weight, but actual dimensions.
And then the 11.2 has got to be single
Single
weight
level.
because
Single level. We've got to put 50 mil bondor rather than 75 mil bondor.
Okay.
The kitchen, a little bit smaller kitchen. We've got to use our ProLite kitchen material. We've got to use lighter flooring. So there's lots of things come into play to bring it in under the 4.5 tonne mark. Okay, so lots of stuff to do.
Do you relocate tiny houses? Not just deliver ours. Do you do that?
For other clients, yeah. Well,
Not yet, but we are going to.
Short term, we've actually knocked back a few deliveries from other people wanting to relocate the tiny homes. But next year, we're investing into a poor man's Dodge Ram. Actually, I think this is actually going to cost me more than a Dodge Ram does. Damn, 4-wheel drive, Hino. Mate,
So that delivery you did last week and you couldn't get up the hill,
yeah, mate,
it'll be fine.
I would have smashed that. Man, it just annoys me when I can't fulfill my obligations.
Yes.
I just want to finish the deal.
Yes.
And like I said to the client, even though our price point for a client was actually to the gate, and I said, listen, I'm just going to go as far as my truck will take me. Anyway, we stopped about 20 metres short. Oh, it's funny as I had to do a hairpin because of just the angle of the road and where the access was. I had to do this hairpin corner, lucky it wasn't wet, so I could actually do it. And I got it round in one sweep, but because I had a dead start, okay, so I'm going up this hill, and it was gravel, like it was hard enough, but it was like road base, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got a dead start. If I come around this 3-point hairpin corner, and I thought, no, this is not going to work. So then I've reversed about 200 metres back down the road, the opposite direction, and then I've just gunned it. I just first gear, second gear, third gear, and I'm just giving her something.
Oh, jeez.
and the Isuzu, mate, she's just going for it. She's redlining, you know, and I'm going up this hill, and Brad, it would be about 200 metres, but it was steep, man.
Yeah.
It was steep as it was all the way. Like there's that slip happening. You can feel it, like so you're going to back off a bit, but you got to keep going. And then she got to a point and then just died.
And then what happened?
I had to call the client and say, listen, I've stopped. So fortunately, she had a neighbour G'd up who's got an excavating company. John, thank you, John, if you're watching. Did a great job. Brought the little 3-tonne roller track Bobby down. He said, oh, Rick, I don't know. I said, mate, we got this. So I said, just hook her up, mate. We're going to scale drag this
So that's what we. So our clients will. We always ask for a video or lots of pictures of where it's going, because our delivery that we do is to the gate. So we need to know what does it look like from the gate to where you're going to put your tiny house. If you want us to do that, you have to send us video of the road, of the trees, of what's around, all of those things. So that client did do that, but we thought we wouldn't be able to get up that hill. So, and we were right.
I got this close. Like, it's so funny. I actually sent a Google image shot of how far it was. You know, when you Google the address and stuff, it actually showed me I was actually about 60 metres short. Like, I've just travelled 250 k's, right, up to the Hunter Valley. and I'm 50 or 60 metres short of getting to my destination.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking for me. You got to understand, like, I love this stuff. I just want to get it there. And I'm looking at this, and then our mates helped me skull drag this puppy up the hill, right? So we got up there looking good. So then we go and check the bottom end where we had to go downhill and this and that. And I thought, I know my limitations, and we're limited.
Really?
Right now.
Oh, that's very.
It
that's
just
an
wasn't going to happen.
interesting comment.
Anyway, but what
Okay.
was good was the client rang me later on, or sent me a text to say they got her in about 4 hours later.
Yeah.
Thanks to their local neighbour, John. I forget the name of his excavation company. Anyway, he helped her out, got her into position, which is great. So I'm really grateful. And I love it when clients ring us and say, hey, Rick, we've got it into place.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at it and I think you've got to do this, this and this, make sure. And anyway, they got it in.
Yeah.
No problem. So,
Yeah, that's good.
Which is awesome.
Okay. Next question. I'm over the plywood interiors. I saw yours is smooth. Is that gyprock? What do you mean plywood interiors?
I think they might mean the panelling. You know, everyone does the panelling, the V-joint panelling.
Oh,
and
right,
stuff
yes.
like that
Oh,
on the
yeah,
inside.
yeah.
Well, because we built from a refrigeration panel, okay, that means, which is the panelling, it's actually clad with colour-bond steel, which is smooth. So with our joints, sheets are 1,200 millimetres wide. So we'll actually have a V-joint every 1,200, okay? But the panelling itself is smooth because it's steel. There's an edge primer we do, sanding, and 4 coats of spray paint. It actually brings up like dew.
It does look really nice.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure. I think a lot of people just want that.
The thing is, gyprock over the top of that's going to add a lot of weight.
Oh, I can't do gyprock.
A lot of weight. We wouldn't be able to.
Gyprock is heavy as.
It's all about the weight.
Yeah.
We have to keep it under.
Like all
4.5
tiny home
ton.
builders do, we're always thinking about weight. How
Yeah.
can we keep the weight down?
Yes, and because ours are 3 metres wide, we have to be even more particular about weight.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you knew you weren't moving it after the fact, then you could do whatever you like afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the finish is really nice. And the added bonus is that it's magnetic. So you can actually stick hooks on to the wall and use it as to hang your pictures.
Yeah.
So
magnetic hooks.
Yes.
That's gold.
That's, I know. I'm interstate. Are you open over the Christmas break?
For
Next
sure.
weekend's our last live that we're chatting before Christmas.
Yep. So we work till the to the finish line, which is lunchtime
23rd.
on the 23rd, which is Friday.
Yes.
So we're sort of open till then. After then, 12 o'clock we won't be, because you'll have to come go-karting with us after that, because boys
We've
can have a
got
barbecue.
2 days that we're open. We're just opening 2 days while we're having a break. Friday the 6th of January and Saturday the 14th of January.
Yeah. It's
they're
on our
the 2 days.
webpage, so check that out.
And please don't call and say, oh, I'm just driving through and I want to pop in, because we need to have some time with our family. So
Yeah.
we've got.
I'd love to open,
I've
I'll
got
get my-
children coming from I haven't seen for a year.
Yeah,
They're here for a week.
And I've
we
got
really
to
want spend
catch
time
up
with
on
our
my
kids.
farm work. I've got fencing to
No,
do.
we're going to have a
cows,
holiday.
all that.
We're not. You need to stop.
That is my holiday,
That-
though.
yeah,
That is my holiday, doing my farm stuff. I've got heaps of stuff to do, though.
I know. But
My
you're
cat-
supposed to
my girls
spend
are
time with
screaming,
us.
mate. My
Spend
girls
time
are
with us. We haven't seen you.
I will be,
all year
I'll be just down the flat
with your cows.
with the cows.
Okay. Do you know of any tiny house rental properties in northern New South Wales?
Oh, well, guess what? How's Byron Bay sound? Hey, just had a client, actually I'll rephrase that, just had a
Phone call from
a chap, got a Byron Bay property. So if you're interested in the Byron Bay area, got a property, we've got about 3 locations on that property.
Wow.
Okay, so we're going to, the rental of this, like this is top shelf, like we're talking $1 million property, we're talking $3 to $5 million property.
Wow.
Ocean views, just
Right.
great views.
Okay.
It's Byron Bay,
Yes.
it's all happening, coffee
Okay.
shops and whatever
All
else
the
is happening.
things. And we've also got, so a client of ours he's moved. He has a tiny house that we're going to sell on his behalf in our local area. And there's also the possibility, you can buy the tiny and move it, or you can have the possibility of renting where it is, which is on a fantastic local farm. So you've already got the place. We've had a lot of inquiry on that, so if you are interested, please send us an email. It won't last long, and it's a really good sale price for the home. It was one of the earlier ones, so it's got solar, it's got lots of aftermarket stuff on it. So, but you've also got the option of actually living where it already is. So very, very good opportunity.
So if you're keen on that, hook up, send Stormy an email. And we can set up some appointments.
We've got some people coming through over the Christmas break, so that's might be good for people to if they're interested in living there as well as, or you could just buy it and move it. So, okay, I'm just researching tiny house companies for my build. Sell me on why I should buy one of yours. Oh wow, that's a bit forward.
Well, I get that sometimes. Hey, people just.
Why should I buy yours?
Why should I buy yours? I'm talking to heaps of companies.
Well, I can tell you that we've got return clients. So we've only been going for a bit over 2 years. 2.5 years, and one of those years was pandemic. So let's just write that one off. So 1.5 years really, and we've already had 2 clients build another one with us. So that's to me, that's if you've got a repeat customer and they're happy. The other thing is that we've had a few of our customers have actually on-sold their tiny houses for 10,000, 20,000 more than they paid us for. Which is fantastic.
That's our tiny homes.
So, our tiny they've on-sold them because one went to a bigger one. So the 2.4 model, then they've got a bigger one. But, that's, to me, I think that's probably the biggest selling point is that our customers are repeat customers.
And what else? Don't forget when we first got into
we're not
tiny
hard
homes.
sellers. That's
we
don't really know what to say.
We and Stu, so
it should
me
speak
and
for
Stu
itself, really.
that do the sales. Okay, when I say soft sell, I want people to buy our homes because they see the benefits of our home, not because we've pushed you or give you some fantastic deal or something like that. Because I just want the home to speak for itself. So we go for a soft sell. So that is, you buy a home because you want it, not because we've coerced you into buying it. Because I don't want any withdrawal symptoms from people buying our homes. I want you to be happy. I want you to know.
Another big one is that when they come through and see our small one, our Tucker's Rest model or our Bow River model, that's what they were thinking of, and then they end up getting a bigger one. Because the bigger one's just so...
It's so funny. The Tucker's Rest and the Bow Rivers have been sitting there for about, 8 months now, because people come in over the phone, think, I'm going to check this little home out, and then they see our larger homes, and bam, straight away, every time upgrade to the bigger home. So I guess in some respects, they're actually doing us a service, those little homes.
I guess so, but they're really good, perfect for weekenders.
For a weekender.
Backyards.
Fantastic.
Extra accommodation for people. So
okay, done. Sell me on your tiny home, on why we should buy a Havenwood tiny home. One of the big things straight up is I'm not a bed maker, but if I'm going to make the bed, I'm not going to do it on my knees with the bed pushed up against the wall, putting fitted sheets on. Okay? Now, even though we take it in turns making the bed, in most occasions, so I want to be able to walk around the bed to be able to put my fitted sheets on. Okay? So the problem is not putting the fitted sheets on, it's the fitted sheets that's not labelled to say which way to put the fitted sheet. Okay?
Every time we do it the wrong way.
Every time you put the fitted sheets on.
Kobe just said that the product's amazing and you are dealing with genuine people. Thank you, Kobe. We really appreciate that comment. That's really nice.
It's because... I think being able to stand up and walk around your bed. So we the principle of our design is that the master bed is an island bed. So in other words, you can actually, the bed's in the middle of the room, so you can actually walk around the bed to be able to make your bed. Okay, that's probably the main
Belinda
principle.
said, what about your builder's years of experience and expertise? Can't read the rest of it, but I mean...
That comes into play. I suppose I've been in the game for 42 years now. I've learnt from my own mistakes, okay? And fortunately, I've done mistakes everywhere else.
And you know what, because I thought next week, because being our last week, we'll do a bit of a reflection, best moment of the year, worst moment of the year, all those sorts of things. So it'll be an interesting one, not talking tiny house questions, just talking about what the year was like for us. And so I thought that'd be a good one for everyone to grab a drink and we'll just all have a chat. But I mean, those sort of things, I would hope that by sitting here every Sunday and chatting with you, the genuineness, the experience, and it's live. So we can't cut and paste like, oh, Rick said this, oh my gosh, or somebody's made a terrible comment and now we've got to answer that. We haven't had that. So I think that speaks a lot too, that that our clients that we're building for or have built for are still watching our lives and still commenting on them. So,
well, that makes me happy. I love that. I love that ongoing relationship with our clients because I don't want people to think that we've built your home and see you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's not the case at all. We're only a phone call away or an email away, and we'll always help out wherever we can.
Our business, we've always had a family business. So we're husband and wife. Our daughter works with us. We've raised kids working in any business we're in. They've all worked in our business together, and we do it as a team. So
actually, I want to give a shout out to Storm.
But to me, that should correlate to our clients, that they feel that they're getting a family business. So, if something happens, we don't sleep at night. We worry about you. We worry about the deliveries. We don't sleep till they get there. We are, and after the fact, if we need to get something to you, we've got to get this thing. We don't sleep till it's done. So, and we're here every Sunday. If we were hiding something, we wouldn't turn up.
That's right. Like I mentioned earlier, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to Storm.
Yeah.
Because Storm is actually making us look good.
Storm is our fourth daughter. So we have 4 birth daughters.
Not fourth in the
fourth in the queue. Fourth, we just number them off. So number 4 daughter, she's the girl that she does all of our social media, and she'll talk to you when you do send anything to hello@havenwood.com, so an initial inquiry, or you talk to us via Messenger on Facebook or Instagram, she will respond to you. She's also 20 weeks pregnant with her 3rd child, so she's just incredible, and we really value her. Another daughter of ours is actually getting a tiny house built to do a B&B in town, so that's where we're showcasing that as well.
That's going to be
very exciting.
Jet's going for this real rustic look. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about.
So her Instagram is Woods and Mill Cottage in Jamboree. You'll be able to stay there next year, so that's exciting. And lots of great things. But we are first and foremost a family business, and we really try to employ people. We've got some new staff coming on. Next year, just started, and next year, and it's all about family. There's young apprentices, young guys with young families. To us, that's what it's all about. So, next question. You mentioned you are getting a design license on your detachable tiny houses. Don't you think that's greedy? Wow. Okay, so let me explain what that is. So the concept of our 3 metre wide, which is a removable house off a trailer. That's what we came up with. That's what we've design marked. Yeah. So, and people are saying, well, that's not fair. We should be able to do it too.
Yeah. I suppose, a couple of things. The first and foremost, for a client who's just got his homes up online, we're about to actually start putting that up online soon. They came to me with concept drawings. At the end of the day, it was just a sketch drawing of some of their design.
Who's this? Sorry.
The glamping tent model. Okay, with the wings on the side. Okay, so, and they
the design we did for somebody else.
Yes.
Oh yes. Okay. All right.
It was their design.
Yes.
Their concept.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they trademarked it.
Yes.
Like
So we
own it.
So we haven't been able to do a lot of social media on that because we built a tiny home for a company of their design, and they are putting it into all of their retreats and stays and things like that. So they're going to be doing a lot more of those, and that's their model. So I think you've seen a little bit of it.
It's their brand. It's their brand,
and we can't copy it.
And initially, I was sort of, oh, come on, man. But then I looked at it and thought, well, okay, no, it's fair enough. They've paid an architect a lot of money to conceive this idea. Yeah. They've come up with this brand, which is for them. Yeah. Okay, they've licensed that. Yeah. Sure. From the mud map drawing I got, we made it work as builders designers, and we made it all work and look fantastic. Yep. But at the end of the day, it was still their concept.
Yep. Because from architectural picture to actual common sense. making something
Making it
happen
work.
can
Yeah.
really change.
Yeah.
That
Now,
doesn't
just
matter. It was still
just
their
because
concept,
I made
and they
it work.
came to you with it.
Yeah.
They came to you with
Absolutely.
it. So
They
it's
own it.
theirs.
It's
It's
theirs.
theirs.
That's right.
Same with this.
Yeah.
It was
so using, and I guess through that and from that, I thought there's a lot of merit in that because
It was
first
actually them that said you should design mark your concept for
That's
tiny
right.
homes.
because the big thing is we've built our business on building homes wider than 2.4 metres wide. Every other tiny home builder in Australia is 2.4 wide.
As far as we know.
So there is some building them 3 metres wide, but they're not legal on the road. They're just a one hit wonder for delivery. Okay, to be legal on the road. So this if someone, like as an example, if we didn't design mark this
Yep.
and someone else did,
Yep.
they could shaft us out of our whole business.
Yep.
We're gone.
Yep.
Just like
they
that.
could say you can't build
So
this anymore.
Our initial reason for doing it was to actually safeguard our own concept.
Product, yeah.
Because we built our business of being wider
Yes.
than 2.4 metres wide.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And
we've got nothing.
we part of our values are to be innovative. We want to innovate in the industry. So like we've got some other designs that we haven't seen here in Australia at all. Well, I haven't seen it at all. So, and they're going to come to the market next year, but we're going to make sure that we've got a design filing on that before we put it out there.
Yeah.
Because it's something so different and we think it's going to go really well. We don't know, but we think from the idea of it, and when people walk in that are coming into the factory to look at something and they might see something, they're like, what is that?
Yeah. So just to answer that question, are we being greedy? No. We're actually safeguarding our interest. Now, I guess you go back to Albert Einstein that invented the light globe. Yeah, back that many years ago, when he invented the light globe, he still did a patent on that light globe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I guess that's just business. He safeguarded his interests. He's conceived an idea, and likewise with us, I suppose we've conceived an idea that's never been done before.
I read somewhere that someone else, right at the same time that he was at the patent office, someone else had brought the same idea. Because you know what it's like when you have an idea about something and you think it's new and no one's ever seen it. Someone else somewhere in the world is going to have that exact same idea, and the first person, and they get it out to the market quicker.
Yeah.
And that somebody else had the same idea as him, but he got there first.
Yeah, it all comes down to the filing.
So they don't know that. Yeah.
So whoever files it first wins. Don't you love this?
So it's exciting. It's exciting for us because we have to keep, we want to keep innovating in the industry. So we don't want to just do the same thing over and over. It's not who we are. We like to do different things. So, okay, next question. Did you get that delivery to the Hunter Valley completed? We actually answered that.
Yeah. Well, I got as far as I could go, but the actual client and the neighbour, they completed the delivery the last, I guess, 30, 40 metres, but that was some steep hill, man. He had to go downhill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was a steep hill.
So next week is our last week before we go for our Christmas break. So we thought we would do a different live in that send us questions through the week or here now, put some questions on the screen that we can answer next week, and it's no holds barred, anything. Personal questions, private questions, whatever. It doesn't have to be about the building, the tiny house, just about us, about our family, whatever you want to ask. Ask away, and we'll answer them next week. And so we'll do that.
So talk to me. Rico started a new fitness regime. I know you've been.
I wasn't going to tell them. I was protecting you. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Don, I tell you what.
Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so I knit in bed at night time. Okay, so I'm knitting away, and I look over, and he's got a package, and he's unwrapping this package, and I'm like, what's he doing? He's normally asleep by this time. So, and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, it's all right. So he gets out this little black pads, and it has like this battery charge thing, and he proceeds to put it on his stomach. And I said, what are you doing? I don't understand. He said, I saw online, I was watching YouTube, and I saw an ad for an ab machine that you can lie in your bed And actually, while he was doing this, he was eating chocolate. But anyway, lie in your bed, and the ab machine will do all the work while you're lying there. And the electric currents or something must, like a contraction, into the stomach area. Anyway, I got the giggles, right? So I was just laughing so hard, I was crying. And then he started laughing. So the next morning I said to him, did it work? Like, you know, this U-Butte Chinese thing, are your stomach muscles sore? He said, yeah, they're really sore, but I think it was from laughing so hard.
So I think the ultimate ab machine was actually was laugh. We have never laughed so much ever.
So that's probably what it is. It's just that
So
as you put it on, you laugh because it's such a joke. And that's what's going to get you tummy.
That joke cost me $150. Because I don't have time to exercise now. So I'm thinking, time's money, man. Like, I have breakfast at night time to save time in the morning. So I'm thinking, exercise, if I can just buy something,
honestly,
strap on myself
if
and
that's...
just...
I can't believe you got sucked in. Like, you know that everything requires effort, right? You can't just lie there and expect a machine to give you a six-pack at 57 years old. It's not going to work. And if it does, I'm going to pinch it. I'm pinching it.
The proof's in the pudding, they reckon that's what they said.
Oh,
28 days.
28 days.
28 days.
All right. So when we get back, when we get back from,
if I don't have a six-pack in 28 days, I'm getting a refund.
All right. So you're going to, on camera, you're going to have to get on camera and you're going to have to show your six-pack.
But we're going to get the glow of the sunlight in the right direction, so see the shadow.
Put all the makeup, you know, so it's like this. Yeah. All right. Well, so we'll see you next Sunday for our last live for the year, and we hope you're all having a great lead up to the Christmas season, and you'll be able to wind down soon. And I hope we can wind down soon. And we've got a couple more deliveries to do prior to that, so there's a few more things going on. Oh, and we also we gave our first donation to the Children's Hospital this week for our first
we
child.
sold our first child.
Yeah, but normally we don't say anything. Like we don't like saying if we've done something for someone. Like not somebody that toots your own horn.
No,
but because we've said to you that we're going to do it, we wanted to show you. So we'll have a receipt sort of online so that you can see that it's actually, that was what we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's going to be a good cause, isn't it? You know,
Great
like our
cause.
little granddaughter.
It's keeping my granddaughter alive. So our granddaughter.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. God bless you guys. See you. Bye.
Hooroo.